the start of our main event last week. You see Money and Power left the ring, and Jeff Patton was out there, Redbeard, talking business, talking in a huddle. We don't know what's going on. What's happening?
You're saying talking business. I'm saying talking trouble. Money and Power now align themselves suddenly with Jeff Patton.
Well, they discussed it, and as you can see, they shook Jeff Patton's hand. We're going to try to figure out what's going on here, but C.J. Bentley's in the back standing by with Jailbird and Outlaw.
Wrestling fans, this is C.J. Bentley for the North American Wrestling Alliance. My guests this time are the Outlaw and the Jailbird. Outlaw, can you explain the relationship between you two gentlemen?
Well, basically, it's pretty simple. This man has a bad habit of not showing up for court. So when I put your bond up and you don't show up, hush now, you got the right to remain silent.
All right.
Use it.
All right.
If you don't show up for court, I come and get you. He owes me money. I have put bond up and bond up and bond up for this man, and he just doesn't know how to show up for court. Yeah. So, long story short, as long as I got him out on work release, he's going to make me money. He stops making me money, he goes back. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, you don't want to go back, but you don't want to show up for court neither.
Like a pack of oodles and noodles, though.
You want a honey bun, you better win this match.
And I'll loosen these a little bit.
All I can tell you is this much right here. As long as this man is in my custody, work release or not, he's going to get a belt around that waist. It could be a tag title. It could be a world title. We could take the whole thing over. You guys made a giant mistake by letting me bring him here, because now he knows you're here, and we're going to come back over and over again. And there you have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, NAWA superstars invaded the Morganton Comic-Con. As you see, they got in battles with people from Star Wars, Chewbacca, and the belt was on the line. It was a great time had by all, mingling with the fans and the cosplayers at the Morganton Comic-Con and signing autographs. What a great time. Come out and see us experience NAWA live.
Hi, I'm Vicki, here with the legendary Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. After all these years, they're still two hot dudes.
You know, Vicki, you're a lot prettier than your old man Chad. Unfortunately, Ricky and I, we're not as hot as we used to be.
Oh, whatever, Robert. But you know, with American Air, the Rock and Roll Express will always be too hot to handle.
Rock and roll is king. She loves that rock and roll.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back from the commercial. We're here with our opening contest this week. It's the first defense of the NAWA six-man tag team titles as the Burke County Boys, who you saw win those titles just a few weeks ago here on the program, are putting them on the line against Jailbird, Nature Boy Tim Hunter, and Matt Burns, a guy who I don't know much about, but my God, he looks like he would murder you.
If he's aligned himself with the Nature Boy Tim Hunter there in Jailbird, I mean, he would have to be of a certain nefarious character type, but my goodness. Again, we have an incredible combination of personalities here on display in NAWA Championship Wrestling. Folks, we thank you for joining us once again. I'm your host, Redbeard, joined as always by Michael Elliott, and we have once again in our three-man booth now, Stuart Snodgrass.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing this week, Mr. Beard?
Doing fantastic, better than Jailbird there as he eats a shoulder from Little Donnie.
As each week passes, it gets less and less special. Holy Christ, look at that hip toss
Michael,
from Little Donnie. Japanese arm drag, where did he learn this type of, he didn't learn this in Burke County.
Where did he pull that out of, Michael? A Japanese arm drag, my goodness.
Has Little Donnie wrestled in Japan and we don't know about it?
And Jailbird looks to be shocked, as well as Outlaw, his handler, not really sure what to think of Little Donnie and his upgraded wrestling techniques. Oh, just a shot to the midsection.
Well, you know, we saw Little Donnie here in a great matchup a couple of weeks ago against Lucky Ali. Might have learned something there potentially, but right now he looks worse for wear as he tags in his brother, Big Donnie. Look at that.
Oh, arm drag's running the family.
Looks like it. Jailbird in a bad way here now.
Big Donnie showing off the agility of a 200-pound man. Jailbird caught off surprise
200
here.
pound.
Yeah.
Big Donnie, 200 pounds? Maybe 10 years ago?
How many times do I have to tell you to quit hitting the sauce before the show and listen to me?
I think your calculations might be incorrect, Michael.
If he's 200 pounds, I'm a...
Rewind the tape and listen to what I said.
Okay, well, if he's 200 pounds, I'm a British girl. So, look at that.
And again, Big Donnie showing off the agility of a 200-pound man who is a 400-pound individual there with that spine buster.
Oh, I see what you did there. Okay, that works, actually. Now we see wild man James Brody there in a bad way against the Jailbird, who suddenly got a modicum of momentum as we go forward here. Snaps him over with that suplex. Now going to tag
The Jailbird is tough.
Definitely now tagging in a
Look at this guy.
similarly tough-looking individual. Oh, wow. Burns popping him in the throat there.
Definitely not a man you want to run into a dark alley with apparently with his look. But look at James Brody taking him off his feet with that clothesline and only getting a 2 count there. Not enough to put this individual away. Matt Burns. In comes Little Donnie.
Don't see many people with a mohawk anymore, and that alone would have to quantify him as being a pretty tough guy.
I'd like to give credit to the referee. He seems to have control in this matchup already, something we haven't seen recently.
Referee Trayton Bigelow
Until you
there.
say that, he rakes him right in the eyes in front of our head official, Trayton Bigelow, who does an excellent job at trying to corral this wild chaos that is a 6-man tag team championship match here in your opening match this week.
Now, Tim Hunter, the Nature Boy, in on this contest, putting the business to Little Donnie.
Well, Tim Hunter comes from a long, great line of Nature Boys, from Buddy Rogers to Ric Flair to Paul Lee. And on down that list is Tim Hunter, as he's here showing what he's got here on NAWA Championship Wrestling.
Oh, gosh, they're just stomping the head and neck.
There might be as many Nature Boys as there are Golden Gladiators.
Potentially.
Look at that stiff shot delivered from Tim Hunter. Now just putting the shin right across the throat of Little Donnie. Referee didn't see it. Big Donnie coming in to break it up.
Big Donnie inadvertently costing his brother there.
Wait a second. They did the old switcheroo.
Blind tag there for sure. Trayton Bigelow, our referee, as you were saying, Michael, doing a good job until he's now suddenly being bested by the strategy of these 3 men. My goodness,
Man,
big
look at
time.
the strength of that Jailbird. He got that jail strength to be able to pick up Little Donnie.
Big time body slam there. Now going up to the top rope is Jailbird.
Uh-oh, here we go.
He
That
flew,
guillotine leg drop right off the top rope.
he flew like a bird for sure with that leg drop there. My goodness. Little Donnie, though, tough as a $2 steak, still able to get off the mat.
I don't think there's anybody as tough as Little Donnie, to be honest.
He's proven time and time again, Stewart, that he has a tremendous ability to absorb punishment. But now he's going to have to face this Burns character who's making his debut here in NAWA, just waylaying Little Donnie here now with right hands. Wow.
Again, we don't know much about this guy, but he looks as vicious and violent and tough as they come. Oh, it just
man.
breaks him in the eyes right in front of our head official.
Nothing scientific about that at all, but now look, Little Donnie in a bad way getting draped across that middle rope.
Oh, and here comes Outlaw
What?
just choking Little Donnie.
This
Ref.
is absurd.
Referee continues to lose control here. Now Burns dropping the handle on Little Donnie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Little Donnie is resilient.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
2 count only. Oh, man. Hunter delivering a right hand to Little Donnie. Little Donnie almost by instinct falling into his own corner there. Oh, no. What is
the
that?
referee does it right for, he's going to call for the bell, but wait a minute, what's Big Donnie's telling him not to do it, not to ring. He's saying, he's talking him off. This match should have been thrown out right there, ladies and gentlemen, but Big Donnie wants to keep going.
Should have been a win there by virtue of disqualification for the Burke County boys.
But for some reason, Big Donnie has talked our head official into not throwing the match out, and Tim Hunter is continuing to go work over the wild man here.
You hate to say it, but that might have been a mistake there, Michael, by having the referee wave off that decision. My goodness.
Maybe he's got too much pride in defending the NAWA six-man tag team titles for the first time that he doesn't want to win it that way. We don't really know, but like you said, that could be a bad judgment, an error in his judgment there.
Have to see
the switcheroo again.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see who wants it more.
Absolutely there, Stewart. Wildman now in the ring with Jailbird. Fans firmly, as always, behind the Burke County boys. Now Brody finding himself in no man's land there across the ring from his partners.
Yes, Mr. Brody was in the wrong part of town.
Now Burns tags himself in once again, taking out Jailbird here. Now look at this. Referee trying to get control of the Burke County boys, Little Donnie there specifically. Meanwhile, Burns shooting off Brody. Look at this, reversal by Brody into that maneuver there. Looked like almost a DDT type maneuver. Burns is now out seemingly on the mat. Brody's got to get to his tag team partners.
It looks like he may not recuperate from that DDT. Matt Burns is starting to show a little bit of signs of life there. Both men trying to get up to make a tag.
That mohawk might have softened the blow.
Could have, but nothing soft about what we're about to see here.
And it looks like chaos is about to break out here in this six-man tag team match as the referee is starting to lose control as 5 members of this match are in the ring.
Jailbird and Tim Hunter in a bad way now as all 3 members of the Burke County boys are in there, but Outlaw able to trip up Big Donnie, trying to even the odds. Now Jailbird.
It's pandemonium.
Look at that, Digger Brown getting in on the act there too.
Chaos is broken out. The referee has got to do something to get control of this match before it deteriorates into a Pier 6 brawl.
Who are the legal men?
At this point in time, I've lost count, Stewart. I'm not sure who's in there and who's legal.
It's Big Donnie and Tim Hunter, if I can recall the last time they were tagged. But look here, Burke County boys setting him up, going up to the shoulders of Big Donnie.
My goodness, tandem offense.
Holy Christ, a sit-out powerbomb from Big Donnie. And that's the 3. And the Burke County boys retain the NAWA six-man tag team titles.
What an insane
I can't
scenario.
believe what I just saw.
An insane scenario here. A great defense of the NAWA six-man tag team titles.
What a way to start off their reign defending the championships here on your opening contest this week on NAWA Championship Wrestling. Man, I don't know, Redbeard, do you think there's any trio out there that could defeat the Burke County boys of Big Donnie, Little Donnie, and James Brody?
If there's such a team out there, I don't know that I've seen them yet, Michael.
Stewart, do you think there's anyone out there that can defeat the Burke County boys as they're on a roll here with the six-man championship?
That is a tall order, Michael. There's no team that comes to mind.
Well, the Burke County boys successful here on NAWA Championship Wrestling they're on a roll. Who can beat these guys? They might be the six-man tag team champions for life, Redbeard.
Wait a minute, what is this?
Who are these guys?
Who are these guys? As you were saying, Michael, who are we seeing here?
Oh, that's Danny Vegas and Hezekiah Hoskins of Viva Las Amish. But it's only 2 members. I don't see the 3rd member out here. But they're taking it to the Burke County boys. Maybe they want their shot at the six-man championship.
Oh, man, delivering a huge elbow there. These men suddenly making a big-time impact and coming out here and just assaulting the Burke County boys.
That's not the way to make a first impression.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vivas Las Amish is out here. We're going to take it to the back. CJ Bentley standing by with Boogie Woogie, Mickey Richards.
Wrestling fans, this is C.J. Bentley for the North American Wrestling Alliance. My guest this time is Boogie Woogie, Mickey Richards.
Brother, the cartel, I've said it for a while now, the numbers have not been kind. So what I've decided to do is bring in a man who suffered the same consequences that I have. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. And we are going to come after those tag team titles. The big man, Axel Jaggers, bringing me in here, brother. My street brother. We're going to hit you where it hurts and take those tag team titles.
Axel, you're tagging with Mickey Richards. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a great thing. See, me and Mickey, we've had the same problem with the cartel each and every time. And getting in with our matches, I think we can show them a real good lesson by going out there and taking their tag belts straight from them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this happened just a few weeks ago. What they were talking about as Axel Jaggers was on his way to winning the NAWA television title until Golden Gladiator number 2 stuck his nose in this business and got the match thrown out. And to his rescue was Boogie Woogie Mickey Richards, Redbeard.
Coming in armed with a chair, quickly evening the odds and being an equalizer there, as Jaggers was in need of assistance after being attacked by those 2 Cartel members.
And Boogie has had enough of the Cartel, so he and Axel Jaggers have thrown out a tag team match challenge. We're going to try to get an answer from the Cartel here in just a few moments.
Hey everybody, it's Redbeard. Come join me at my YouTube channel, Wrestling with Redbeard, where you can find classic match videos featuring talent like Cedric Alexander, Tessa Blanchard, Jackson Riker, and more from before they were household names. You can also find my vlog, podcast, and other great content, all right over there at the Wrestling with Redbeard YouTube channel.
Wrestling fans, this is CJ Bentley for the North American Wrestling Alliance. My guests this time are members of the Carolina Cartel, the television champion Chris Thunder Anderson, and one half of the NAWA Tag Team Champions, the Golden Gladiator number 2. Mickey Richards has went out and got him a partner to challenge the Gladiators for the tag titles.
That big greasy-headed idiot, Axel Jaggers, you think me and Golden Gladiator number 3 are really worried about that idiot?
Well, they could pose a threat to your tag titles.
Possibly, but we don't believe that, so it's not going to happen. See, I beat him fair and square. I don't use underhand tactics. I represent the Carolina Cartel with loyalty and dignity, and pretty much it pays more to win. So that's why you drive a little car and I drive a big truck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be your main event next week as the Cartel is going to take on Axel Jaggers and Boogie Woogie Mickey Richards. We're going to be right back after this commercial break and with our main event as Thunder Anderson is going to defend the TV title against Jonny Ryda in a loaded glove on a pole match.
Hi, wrestling fans. Tony Bench here, host of the Bench Buster Show. If you love independent pro wrestling, then my podcast is definitely for you. Make sure you tune in each and every week as I will be interviewing the local independent pro wrestlers, some you love and some you love to hate. Learn about their secrets, learn about what got them started in pro wrestling and what they love most about pro wrestling. And I also have more inside secrets that you never thought you'd ever know. But you got to tune into my show to find out. It's available on all platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and YouTube. So don't make no excuse that you didn't listen to my show. There's plenty of chances to listen to it, and if you don't, you're the one missing out. Tune in to the Bench Buster Show.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for your main event. There's Jonny Ryda as he points up to that loaded glove on a pole. The first man to climb up and take it down will be able to use it in this contest. And again, the television championship is on the line here this week.
As you see on that pole there, that loaded glove, this is a match type that is a real throwback to a forgotten age of professional wrestling where weapons would be stashed on a icon like that pole there. The loaded glove, in this case, an iron worker's glove with a chain attached to it. Definitely going to be a devastating weapon for whoever gets up there and is able to legally use that in this contest.
Thank you for the history lesson, Mr. Beard.
We're all about trying to catch people up on the great things that have happened in the history of this tremendous sport, professional wrestling being what it is, especially here in this part of the world. We're very blessed to have a lot of great things to celebrate.
Well, I spoke with Jonny Ryda moments before this match earlier today, and he said he's kind of insulted that he might have to use the glove to win the match. He feels that he has knockout power in that right hand of his own already. He doesn't even think he really needs it. But after being hit numerous times and cheated by Thunder Anderson, I think he might enjoy punching him with that loaded glove.
Definitely would be the case there. Any opportunity to put a right hand into the mush of an opponent. Oh, look at this here now.
Advantage Christopher Thunder Anderson, because he has one of the 1,000 Golden Gladiators in his corner.
And also there you see them being tailed by next to perfect Adam James.
Him too.
There you go. There's the loaded glove on that pole. Golden Gladiator number 2 looking to go after it. Our official, Mac Galifianakis, telling him he's not involved in this match. The first man to climb up that pole and grab that glove is going to be able to use it to punch his opponent in the face. But again, Jonny Ryda is at a huge disadvantage with 2 members of the Cartel at ringside. And again, the TV title is on the line. And there you see our champion, Chris Thunder Anderson. Will Johnny Ryda be able to beat him for the championship here this week? Again, the rules for that championship. The title is on the line in the first 10 minutes of each contest. And there you see it again, that loaded glove with the chain wrapped around it. My God, Stuart.
Referee Galifianakis is going to have his hands full in this contest.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to make sure that the Cartel does not get involved from the outside and that Johnny Ryda gets a fair shake at the TV championship. And there is that championship, Stuart, that you held briefly here. Who do you think is going to win this here loaded glove on a pole match?
Thank you for reminding me, Mr. Elliott. As for your question, I'm going to have to go with Johnny Ryda in this instance.
Well, there you go. Look at that. Chris Thunder Anderson going right for that glove right away, but Johnny Ryda cuts him off and shoots him in. He delivers a huge back body drop. Johnny Ryda not playing around here early on in this contest.
These are not two small men either, folks. There's a lot of beef in this ring. Now, Ryda going up there to that turnbuckle trying to get a hold of that glove as well. None of these men are wasting any time in trying to go for that advantage of getting the glove off the pole.
And you can tell the pride of Johnny Ryda not getting in the way. He went right after that glove. Maybe he does want to use it. Oh, look here, Adam James in the ring already. And there's that knockout power we were talking about earlier in the right hand of Johnny Ryda.
I don't know if Mr. Ryda even needs that glove.
Oh, man.
Thunder Anderson cutting him off. Adam James doing the trick. And Thunder Anderson able to take Johnny Ryda right off his feet.
As you said, Michael, and Stuart there chiming in as well, Ryda may not even need that glove to deliver a knockout blow to Anderson, but still at this point in time, Anderson got a huge advantage, as we said before, the Cartel members being out here, but also by virtue of the distraction, he's now got all the momentum in the world in this matchup.
And Anderson going right to that trademark work of his, working on the shoulder and the arm area. That's what he's known for, evil, mean, and nasty, and willing to rip your arm right out of the socket. And here we go. We've seen him damage a lot of people's arms by doing that there, Stuart.
He sure has. He is evil, mean, and nasty.
Very few people live up to a moniker as well as Anderson does. But right now, Johnny Ryda in a bad way. Fortunately, he doesn't use that left arm to deliver a knockout punch. But what is this?
Jeff Patton back out here ringside with Golden Gladiator #2, pulling him to the side and taking him to the back.
What is happening with Jeff Patton?
Is this guy, maybe you think this might have a connection with money and power or something? What is Jeff Patton trying to do here?
Potentially, Jeff Patton suddenly has inserted himself into several scenarios here, Michael.
This is straight shenanigans.
Definitely so, but my goodness, what a side Russian leg sweep there by Anderson.
And we'll try to keep digging into what Jeff Patton is up to, but meanwhile, in your main event, the TV championship is on the line with a loaded glove hanging from that pole. Which man will get to it first and use it as a weapon? And will the TV championship change hands again? Johnny Ryda has got to beat Thunder Anderson within 10 minutes of the bell ringing to claim the championship. Can he do it?
Thunder Anderson might have Golden Gladiator #2 and Adam James, but Johnny Ryda has all the fans.
Well, Golden Gladiator #2 is currently in the back discussing something with Jeff Patton. But again, Adam James is ringside. The Cartel plays the numbers games better than anybody we've seen here in NAWA as Thunder Anderson continues just to take control of this match. Look at those clubbing blows right to the head and face of Johnny Ryda.
And again, using very wisely the ring as a weapon.
Come on.
Adam James sneaking in there where the referee's back was turned, delivering a right hand right to the jaw of Johnny Ryda. My goodness.
We just said that how they play the numbers game better than anybody. There was a perfect example of it. And again, Johnny Ryda, Thunder Anderson taking out that left arm of Ryda could play a factor in Johnny being able to climb up and get that glove off of that pole later on in this match.
That's a good point, Michael. I'm impressed.
You should be. You've been here for how many weeks in a row now? And you're just now getting impressed?
It takes a while.
Well, Michael pulls one out occasionally, Stuart, but it's kind of rare, But even so, Johnny Ryda now just writhing around on the ring in pain from having been able to absorb all the punishment that he's taken from not one but three members of the cartel here, you might as well go ahead and say, trying to get some energy and some momentum built back up here.
Well, if there's anything we do know about Johnny Ryder, he is from the backwoods, and he has got a lot of heart and a lot of fight in him, and he is not just going to roll over and lose this match just because he's got at the disadvantage with the cartel. Look at that, taking him off his feet with that clothesline.
2 count only, though. Referee still there in command as both these men have yet to make any kind of real advancement towards that glove since the opening part of this contest. Of course, as we've said all along, that is the goal here, to get to that glove and be able to use it on your opponent.
It's kind of a catch-22. You can get to that glove, but you also have to remember there's a 10-minute time limit on this TV title being on the line. What's more important to Johnny Ryder? What's more important to Thunder Anderson, the title or the glove?
Great bit of advice there, Michael, or addition to the strategy of this matchup here, folks.
I'm impressed, Michael. Have you been eating fish or something and increasing your brain capacity?
He might have had his wheeze this morning, Stuart. He's definitely on his ball game here today. As far as calling this show has been concerned, we'll have to give him some credit potentially here. Maybe have to fatten his envelope at one point in time, but we'll see how that goes. Might get a second hot dog maybe, but for now, both these men still clobbering each other. Anderson looking to get some momentum, swinging back his way. Very even contest between these two, despite the fact that, as we said, Johnny Ryda at a numbers disadvantage, still able to stay in here. Now Anderson working over the shoulder and the neck, forcing Ryda's head in a direction it's not naturally supposed to go. My goodness.
He's not evil, mean, and nasty for nothing. He's showing exactly why he lives by that moniker here in this matchup. He will do whatever it takes to make sure that TV championship stays around his waist and he doesn't get hit in the face with that loaded glove.
Stewart, he can probably speak to having been hit across the face with all kind of things here from that feud you had with Jack Insane here a number of months ago in that Study Hall Brawl match that included all kinds of weapons.
That is very true. I brought anything I could find.
Didn't see a loaded glove in that match, but I have to say that there was a lot of creativity in violence expressed in that matchup. Folks, if you haven't seen it, definitely go back in the archives here on the YouTube channel and see what we're talking about. But now, being told we're approaching a time limit here on this matchup, Michael, as you were saying a moment ago.
The time for the TV championship to change hands is running out. Johnny Ryder could only be looking to win the championship if he can get a pin here soon. If not, he's just going to be getting revenge if he can get his hands on that loaded glove. But again, do we really believe Johnny Ryder needs that glove to even knock out Thunder Anderson?
May not, but right now Anderson definitely taking advantage of every opportunity he can to squeeze the life out of Ryda, putting his boots up on that middle rope.
Ryda's shoulder could be injured. That could very well affect his ability to grab that glove.
Very well could.
He's been having his left arm and shoulder area worked over for at least the last 5 minutes of this contest. Beaten and battered is Johnny Ryder on the mat as the referee still contending with Adam James on the outside of the floor and continuing just to deliver clubbing blows to that arm. And again, Thunder Anderson knows where that target is, and he is continuing to attack Johnny Ryder and that left shoulder. But Johnny Ryder, the man from Alexander County backwoods, is continuing to fight. Will he give up here as he shoots him off?
Oh, man.
Two big bulls colliding, and Johnny Ryder goes down.
Coming across is Anderson there, swinging down into an elbow drop, going for a cover. 2 count only.
Anderson seems to be back in control.
Could this be part
Stuart, I don't think he's ever lost control. Even if it was just for a second, he's been in control of this match seemingly from the start.
Could this be part of Anderson's strategy here, though? Trying to protect his ownership of that TV title by continuing to go for these pinfalls and just plain old frustrate Ryda.
And never count Johnny Ryda out. All he needs is a little seam. Squeeze right in there, and he can pick up this victory.
As you said, Stuart, there one strike with that big fist of his. This matchup could change in a moment. There we go. My goodness, DDT delivered by Ryda onto Anderson.
Is that the moment that Johnny Ryder has needed to get the pin or to climb up that pole and get the loaded glove? Both men are down. You can see Adam James crouching down right beside Ryder. Is he going to insert himself here into this matchup? Looks like he might, but Johnny Ryder writhing in pain on the mat, clenching that shoulder.
Ryder's got to try and collect himself here. Anderson comes back at him immediately, though, there with that right hand.
Johnny Ryder reverses it into the corner. Big avalanche splash there.
These two men look to be almost running on fumes here, folks. This match has gone on longer than I think either one of them expected.
And the TV title is no longer on the line. As you can hear, the countdown has expired. 10 minutes have expired in this matchup, and Johnny Ryder can no longer become NAWA TV champion if he gets the win here. Now it's all about pride as these two continue to fight with that loaded glove on a pole. Who will get to it?
These guys have been doing an amazing job.
Anderson there delivering a big boot. As once again, both of these men are just absolutely gassed, but now Anderson going up on that turnbuckle looks to be for sure taking a gander at that pole and that glove.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
And crashing down comes Chris Thunder Anderson. He's not usually a man we see on the top rope, but this is Johnny Ryder's moment. He's got to get that glove. He's got it.
Ryder with a clear run at that glove, and he can now use that as a weapon.
Uh-oh, business is about to pick up. Mr. Anderson might want to get out of there.
Here we go.
And Johnny Ryder adding that chain. Wait a minute. He's adding that chain and that glove. He's taking it off. Johnny Ryder does not need that glove. Boom.
Wow.
And out goes Thunder Anderson.
As you were saying, Michael, he's got knockout power regardless. 2, 3 count from a right hand. Ryda with the victory, but look at this now. Oh, my God.
Here they go again. Despicable.
The Cartel members, namely Golden Gladiator number whatever he is, in there with that steel chair, Michael.
Golden Gladiator number 2 back from talking business with Jeff Patton and taking that chair right to Johnny Ryder. Now Adam James has that loaded glove on, and they're looking to use it here on Johnny Ryder. Here we go. Oh, my God. Holy Christ.
Well, look at this. Thomas Extreme now out here now. Taking advantage, taking advantage of an opportunity to get some comeuppance against his former allies there in the Cartel. Of course, he changed sides
bitter
with
enemies
them.
with Johnny Ryder as well, so it's an interesting dynamic that he made the save for Johnny Ryder.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as they say sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have this week on the program. We'll see you right here next week.